Tammy approaches them and then performs kicking motions in the area of the subject. Tammy and Dylan walk away, and Samantha walks over and punches him. Then there was this whole business where you guys reported that he almost ran over a child, which apparently never happened, which is the gist of the false police report. All right, well, tell me in your version what happened.
From what I can recollect, there was a really big argument. There was, and we're both in the wrong, both sides. I'm not saying.
Do you remember what the argument was about?
To be honest or no, I don't remember what the argument was about.
That's very common.
I really don't. And I do take my blame. I might have looked like I was kicking, but I wasn't. I'm slipping. I slip, I lose my balance. I have a lot of health problems.
Were you out?
Welcome to Judge Jeffrey Middleton's courtroom, where today's case involves a grandmother entangled in a heated altercation. What makes this case particularly intriguing is the video evidence capturing the incident in question. But as the case unfolds, it becomes increasingly evident that the grandmother's version of events may not align with the known facts of the case. Facing charges of making a false police report, she staunchly denies the occurrence of the events depicted in the video, despite the undeniable evidence. Judge Middleton's role today is to meticulously dissect her account, separate fact from fiction, and unearth the truth behind this contentious situation. Will he be able to navigate through the conflicting narratives and ascertain the reality of what transpired that day? Or will the truth remain elusive? Stay tuned to find out.
Are you Tammy Lynn Tarkasian?
Yes, sir.
Am I saying it right?
It's Takessian.
Takessian? I'm sorry. Get used to writing 2024. Mr. Takessian, you got charged with making a false police report in a felony matter. It's alleged that on or about 9/9, you and several others gave false information to a police officer, Jesse Raymond of the Sheriff's Department in Fabius Township, that you made a false report of a felony, which is a felony, punishable by up to 4 years imprisonment and a fine of up to $2,000. And they charge it in the alternative of false report of a misdemeanor, which is a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. You're here with your lawyer, Mr. Timothy George. He advised me during the lunch hour that this matter had been reduced to a misdemeanor charge of disturbing the peace. Mr. Marvin, the county prosecutor, was in here just a moment ago and he confirmed that plea offer. Is that your understanding, Mr. George?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Marvin did add that he wasn't seeking additional jail. I know that this is a presumptive no additional jail under the statute, but I just wanted to put that on the record.
All right.
Sir.
Now, I had to read this affidavit several times, and I'm still not clear. I understand what was going on. Disturbing the peace has to do with whether there was a quarrel, argument, or disturbance in a public place. And if I understand it, your daughter was in a disagreement with this other person. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And according to the video, there was a sort of a scuffle out in the parking lot at the Spartan Motel. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And you're on the video sort of kicking or kicking at this Dylan Bailey. Is that correct?
No, sir.
All right, well, here's what it says. I retrieved the security camera footage from the exterior of the Spartan Motel. Samantha Bailey initiated a heated verbal confrontation with a male subject. Both came face to face. Dylan lunged over Samantha, striking the male subject in the head. The subject moved away before Dylan grabbed him and they fall to the ground. Tammy approaches them and then performs kicking motions in the area of the subject. Tammy and Dylan walk away, and Samantha walks over and punches him. Then there was this whole business where you guys reported that he almost ran over a child, which apparently never happened, which is the gist of the false police report. All right, well, tell me in your version what happened.
From what I can recollect, there was a really big argument. There was, and we're both in the wrong, both sides. I'm not saying.
Do you remember what the argument was about?
To be honest, or no, I don't remember what the argument was
That's
about.
very common.
I really don't. And I do take my blame. I might have looked like I was kicking, but I wasn't. I'm slipping. I slip, I lose my balance. I have a lot of health problems.
Were you out there yelling and
I
shouting at
might
the
have
guy?
been yelling. I'm not gonna say I wasn't, sir, because obviously there's an argument, everybody's yelling.
Now, the argument wasn't even really yours, it was your daughter's.
It was between everybody that was sitting out there, sir. Everybody was putting their 2 cents in. It was just a big argument. It was dumb, and I really wish I would have went in the house.
And this allegation that he almost ran over the child.
He whipped into that parking spot. My grandson was sitting right there, and so was I. He did whip in there, sir. I mean, I'm in the wrong, obviously. I am, and I take my wrong. I'm not not an aggressive person. I'm actually a very nice person. I try to keep peace wherever.
Well, you had that case a year or two ago from Walmart, and that ended up getting dismissed.
Yeah, it was dismissed.
But all right, I don't blame Mr. Marvin for taking a misdemeanor plea to this, but I'm not sure I really understand, and I'm not sure I'm getting the whole story from you.
I don't remember the whole night, sir.
Were you drinking?
No, sir. I'm on Coumadin. I have blood clots in my lungs. I can't drink.
Well, that's a plus.
And I can't be aggressive because any kind of hit to the ground, I could die before anybody can get to me. I develop blood clots in my body naturally. I can't. I have way too many health problems.
All right.
But I know I'm in the wrong, and I'm sorry. I try to be a better person. I walk away when people are arguing with me now.
Well, that's a better course. In the video, the SUV can be seen backing out of a parking spot and pulls into the parking spot in front of room 124 at a slow rate of speed and comes to a stop short of pulling all the way in. So I guess,
My grandson was sitting right there.
all right. How old is he?
He's only 4 now. He was 3.
Why did you have your grandson out there in the
We were
middle
all
of this
outside
Donnybrook?
playing and drawing with. We were just outside playing. It was a nice day.
And then it just all of a sudden turns into a huge fight
They were
over something you
drinking.
can't even remember?
The people were down there were drinking. I have a hard time remembering stuff I did last week. I tried to recollect that whole night over and over in my mind to see where I said something or I played it over. Oh, I cannot.
What time was this?
It was in the evening, I believe.
Mr. George, anything to add?
Based on the conversation that I had with Mr. Marvin, it's my understanding that the party that doesn't live there, one of the 2 that was involved in the fight, had come wanting to buy methamphetamine, and that got the individuals outside upset.
Well, I would do it. All right, I'll accept your plea. You spent a day in jail. 1 day jail credit, 1 day. Mr. George indicated Mr. Marvin's not requesting any additional jail time, and the statute presumes there is no jail time. There's a $75 fine, $75 crime victims' rights fee, and a $50 state minimum fee, and a $150 attorney fee. How long will it take you to pay that?
350. if I could have a couple months, because I pay rent where I live weekly.
All right, that rent is quite expensive
It's
there.
$350 a week, sir.
At the Spartan Motel?
Yes, sir.
Well, if you extrapolate that out, you're paying like $2,000 a month to
I
live
pay
at the.
$1,400 a month, sir. Me and
Yeah.
my son-in-law do. We split it.
All right. Well, okay, I'll give you time, certainly.
I have no problems paying.
I'll make it due by April 1st. You can pay by credit card, money order, green cash. People always seem to come up with the money when it comes to getting out of jail. This was a PR bond. But I'll give you time to pay it. I trust that you'll pay it. What you indicated is that you'll walk away, and I guess that's a wise, A, don't get in fights that aren't yours, and B, I'm sorry that little 4-year-old boy was out here watching all this. All right, you're good to go.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Tim, I'd like to make a record on Mr. Hewitt.
Yes, sir.
All comments, viewpoints, interpretations, and insights expressed in this video are for education and entertainment purposes. All individuals featured in the video are to be presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Please do not attempt to contact, locate, or engage with any individuals featured in the video.